Let's go. Let's talk. Yo, 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 mic check. Hold on a second. Let me test my audio and we'll get back to it. What's up, my people? Little troubleshooting here. Hold on a second. Oh no, I did something wrong. Let's turn this back on. Okay, perfect. Cool, that's gotta stay on. Cool. This could turn off. We are back. Just make sure. Yep, cool, we're on there. We are on Facebook. One person watching, appreciate it. Thanks for joining us here. Nelly INKS, live on twitch.tv. Let's just make sure the stream sounds okay and we'll get into it. Actually, I could probably just check out Restream here. Sounds pretty good to me. Welcome back. If you guys are listening in on twitch.tv/nellyinks, make sure you subscribe for the one time. We're also live on YouTube. Nelly INKS on YouTube, live drawing with Nelly. Today, make sure you subscribe, hit the thumbs up on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube. Make sure you comment. I'll have the chat section up. Today's gonna be a chill Friday. Gonna work on some comic book stuff. So I'm falling a little bit behind. Got one person watching. Make sure you shout yourself out. 3 people watching. Make sure y'all shout yourself out. Would love to hear from you all. We'll be getting into it pretty soon. So what you're looking on at the screen here is the new cover of the new comic that I'm working on. It's a bit of a reboot. The reboot of our Almighty Alma series. So this is technically issue 1, the issue that I showed you last time, which you guys can check out on NelsonANunez.com, NelsonANunez.com, Nelson A. Nunez, Nunez. This is our first comic. This is sort of like the initial launch of the Almighty Alma series. Kind of a one-shot because it was sort of my first, it was pretty much my first full-length comic, 17-page comic. So this is the reboot. It tells the origins of Alma. I had done already the pencils and some initial inking, but I wanted to save some of it for the stream. Not 100% how I want to tackle the artwork here, but I'm going to keep it simple. One thing about this is that, you know, if you have a light box at home, you can easily retrace things like this, and I have plenty of this comic book paper. I don't have any handy so I could show you guys, but this is sort of a comic book paper that you can get from the company Canson, Canson. They have a lot of paper materials, but they also have this comic book paper. Really nice paper for inking, actually, kind of like a Bristol board. If you know, it's not much different. You could go ahead and buy Bristol board if you want to get paper that's not exclusively for comics, because maybe you have, you know, work that you want to sell and you don't really need this. The thing about this paper too is maybe you can't see it on stream, but there's these sort of blue lines to tell you where your area for your, like the effective area for your comic is. So this is pretty much I'm not sure if you guys could see it, but this is pretty much the width. Anything outside of this is not going to get printed on normal printers. But yeah, man, and it's blue because it doesn't show up when you do print. So you might see those like blue pencils. That's for comic books or anything that's going to get scanned and printed. You could do all these drawings in that blue pencil, and it won't show up during the printing process. What else can I tell you? Yeah, pretty chill stream today. I'm gonna just work on inking so I don't fall behind on this, but I also wanted to show you, let's see, I'm going to bring something up that I use as a reference all the time. It's called 22 Panels That Always Works. But first, some tea. We are drinking a little green tea today. We've already had about 5 cups of coffee. It is what it is. All right, let me just make sure we're official on YouTube. Yep, we are official. Just check the audio. If you guys are listening on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up for me like you'll hear me do now. And make sure you share this video with your social medias, your art forums, and your communities online. I really appreciate it. It's taking a second to load up, but that's going to be normal. Awesome. If you guys are new to the channel and you're on Twitch, make sure you subscribe and follow. Same thing with the YouTube. If you guys are listening in for the first time, make sure you subscribe if you already have not. I don't know what's happening there. But today we're just going to be focusing on our inking process. I'm going to have the chat section open. If you guys want to shout out, let me know. I'm going to be inking this page. If you guys like the content, make sure you guys, if you guys like the content and you want to help out the growth of this channel, you guys can donate on Venmo at Nelly INKS, NELLYINKS. We also have a Cash App, $ Nelly INKS, and I'll read your donations online. Any little bit will help. I truly appreciate it. Was just hoping to give you guys some content during these downtimes. Awesome. Very sweet. All right, hold on a second. Cool. Nice. Cool. Okay. Let me bring up the Cash App too, just in case. I don't want to miss any on-air donations. I'm going to sign in here. There's a few things I wanted to show you before I start inking. Oh, you got plenty of time. I'm going to probably just stay on for a couple hours, 2.5 hours, maybe 3 hours, depending on how long this takes. Shouldn't take too long. It's actually a pretty simple cover, and I have an idea already of what I want to do. I'm going to download this 22 Panels That Always Works. It's from Wally Wood, who was a comic book illustrator. He worked on his own personal line of work, but he's also famous for his Daredevil series. I think he picked up, so Daredevil I think started around 1960s and the 60s. The first 4 or 5 issues was Daredevil in his original like yellow costume with a different artist who was not bad. I forget his name. But then Wally Wood showed up on the scene, and he's just super tight. The artwork is slightly different once he gets on, and he also introduces the red costume that Daredevil wears. That's a little backstory for anybody interested. So aside from the Daredevil work, he also made this sort of shorthand version of Panels That Always Works, according to him. The version that I'm downloading, so I'm going to provide for you guys, is another person's rendition. It's kind of like an update because the original 22 Panels That Always Works was kind of was done in pencil and doesn't really show up very well because I think he must have done it in his notebooks. All right. Okay. And let's go over to, I'm going to try to bring this up on our image here. New image. Just going to bring it up and just have it up here for you guys. Okay. I I believe that's it. Okay, you see it there. All right. I'm going to just bring it down a little bit. Voila. All right. So those are the 22 panels that always works. Let me actually make it even smaller. And I might have to move the video a little bit. Actually, I could just cut this off slightly. My hair looks so funny. Hold on a second. I'm gonna make this even smaller. Okay. So those are the 22 panels that always works. This is the powers study of the original Wally Wood. This one looks better just because, like I said, the Wally Wood one was done in pencil and doesn't really show up very well. Let me get back to, all right, boom, boom, and get back over here. Very nice. Appreciate you guys tuning in. I hope you are all very well on this Friday. Let's get into it. Okay. We are live on Facebook, twitch.tv/Nelly INKS. And we're also live on YouTube, Nelly INKS, 2 words, Nelly INKS. On Twitch, it's 1 word, twitch.tv/Nelly INKS. Pushing my computer to the limit. Here we go. Cool. Awesome. Awesome. All right. And what else do we have here? Okay. Let's see what we got here. Cool. Very nice. 3 people watching. I appreciate you guys. Make sure you shout yourself out in the chat section or leave me a comment if you're listening in the future. Not sure what's happening with my hair today, but we're gonna just try to hide this back here so it doesn't show up on camera. There we go. That'll do the trick. But yeah, man, so I got the Wally Wood panels that always works. Nice little thing to have. I like it for whenever I'm sort of lost for a panel. This is mostly a panel that he used for, these are panels that he uses for conversations and how to make conversations a little more interesting. But you could also use them for some action if you'd like, just sort of a normal composition. Another thing actually you guys could use, so we're going to be talking about compositions today. And parents, if you are with your kids, composition definition, composition art definition. Let's see if I can get you guys a good, if you want to describe compositions. In visual art, composition is the placement or the arrangement of visual elements such as figures, trees, and so on. It's the arrangement of visual elements in a work of art. Pretty much, that's the simplest way to explain it. These panels by Wally Wood would be an example of 22 different compositions as well. What else can I say about Wally Wood? I want to add something else, but composition is also very important in films. And there is so if you look up composition storyboards, let's see if it shows up. There's like a cheat sheet for, if you look up, make sure you guys, if you're underage, make sure you guys are looking it up with your parents. Composition storyboards, cheat sheets. All right, so that's gonna, if you just, if parents, you and your kids look up storyboard cheat sheet. You're going to get a bunch of, I think it's about 5, 6 times 4 times 5 is 30. You're going to get about 30 compositions, examples of compositions that range. I could even download this actually, and I can show it to you a little better. The only thing with the storyboard cheat sheet is that it doesn't really show you how to ink as much as maybe this Wally Wood example does. So that's why I like the Wally Wood one, even though it's kind of basic for the most part, but it does show you like where to put your darks, like your blacks and maybe those gray tones, which shows up as like a blue tone in this, and then how to organize pretty much how to organize your blacks and your whites, your black colors and your white colors. Again, the 22 panels that always works is more for like if you have like a conversation between two or three characters, then this is a way to make it a little more interesting. But some of these also work for some action scenes. Just don't get too carried away with these because they're pretty static. And the good thing about comics, or the best comic book artists, always have movement in every panel. So don't get too rigid. Don't get too carried away with these. Just use them as a reference if ever you need anything. The best compositions are the ones that you come up with yourself. And so those are the Wally Wood ones. And also if you guys look up Storyboard Cheat Sheet by Ron Doucette, I might just bring them up for a second. I might not. I could provide those for anyone who wants to see them. Just let me know. Otherwise, let's see. Two things. First thing about Wally Wood. Wally Wood was also famous for looking for shortcuts. So this is why he made the 22 panels that always works, because he was a fan of shortcuts. And as comic book artists, we have deadlines. I'm an independent artist, so my deadlines aren't as strict. But when they do get a little more strict, or if I do have a deadline for a commission or something, then I need to get it done. And Wally Wood he was very much known for creating shortcuts for himself. So he would use the 22 panels that always works, but he would also use, what's the quote? He pretty much said, don't draw anything that you can find a reference for. If you can cut something out and paste it, do so. If you can trace it, do so. Pretty much don't draw anything that you can find a reference for, whether it's a reference online or something you can trace, or a photograph or something. I don't always recommend that because you might fall into plagiarism and things like that. I think he was saying that as obviously, use it, but try to add your own spin to something. So artists are known for imitating those that came before them. But the best artists can take something and also flip it around and make it their own. So when Wally Wood says to not draw anything that you can trace or cut out and paste, I think he was just saying, try to use all the resources you have and then give them your own spin, so that you don't, at least, you don't get any issues plagiarizing or whatever. So one way you can also do that, if you have an image of, let's say, somebody laying down with their head to the right, if you find a photograph like that, what you can do is inverse it, flip it horizontally so that that same person is lying the other way. That's like a quick, cheap way to make an image a little more yours. And then depending on how you approach that image, let's see what we got here. Cool. So that's one thing. Second thing, I wanted to share some thumbnails. Thumbnails are just sort of small versions of the compositions that we're working on. So like I said, compositions are just visual arrangements of different objects in your, your drawing or your painting. And thumbnails would be like miniature versions of your composition. So, for example, there's no personal information here, right? Except for the drawings. No. Okay, cool. So for this new comic, I made a bunch of these compositions. Like this right here is the cover page. So I made this before I actually made the cover that you see on screen. And then it goes to page 2, or the first page, I guess, after the cover, and then 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we go back up. So making these little squares will help you out, just sort of draw your comic from beginning to end without having to worry too much about the detail, and this will help you sort of visualize the beginning, the middle, and the end. So once I do that, and that looks pretty rough, once I do that, then I translate it to something a little bigger, and I should have gone a little bigger than this, but I'm still sort of working on the story. But those are about the first 10 or 11 pages out of the 17 that I'm working on. So that's that. I don't think you can see that. It's a little too far. So yeah, man, what else can I say before I start this? It's going to be a pretty chill stream. Won't be doing too much teaching today or practicing any skills. I'm just going to be streaming this live. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. If you guys are listening on twitch.tv/Nelly INKS, make sure you subscribe and shout yourself out in the comments section if you're listening. Otherwise, if you're on YouTube, Nelly INKS, you guys can hit the thumbs up for the one time, subscribe, and also you could leave a comment there. We're also live on Facebook. I appreciate everyone listening. If you like the contents of this video and you want to help support the channel, I'll read your donations via Venmo at Nelly INKS or Cash App $Nelly INKS. Yes, sir. Okay. I'll keep this open, actually. Okay, let's see what else. Hold on a second. Let's get back up here. Okay. So let's see. I'm just looking at these panels of the 22 panels that always works. I already have something in mind in terms of how I want to ink this. Let me just grab a pencil too. Okay. I got my Blackwing pencil, very small, this one. But just looking at for when you're inking things or when you're shading, even if you're just shading with a pencil, you guys can see this over here. Yeah. What you want to do is like figure out where your light source is going to be the most important thing. For most of those panels, like the top left one, just up. Oh, don't you dare fall on me. Let me raise this a little bit so you guys can see it. Okay, you guys can see that. So yeah, when you're doing this, you guys want to think about your light source. Whatchamacallit. So I think I'll have the light source coming from this direction up here. So that means anything on this side of her face is most likely not going to get touched by the ink. It's just going to stay white. Her hair is normally black, but maybe some of these tips will not be inked so that it can show that there's some light shining through her hair. I might not touch this shoulder on the top. There's one of these panels here with the Wally Wood examples. I think it's the one on the bottom. There we go. On the bottom, the third one, well, the last row on the bottom all the way to the left. I think it's called side light or top light. And so you see the characters, they have a light a little bit on the side and a light on the shoulders or on the top of their head. So that's what I'm most likely going to do. I was thinking about maybe framing her, since she's sort of like a spiritual sort of healer. I might give her sort of like a halo effect. So I'm just going to pencil some of this out. And I want to make sure I reciprocate that on the other side. And it'll be right there. Cool. So, boom. Okay. So there you go. So when you are inking, yeah, we'll talk about the ink again in a little bit, but when you do start inking, the areas that you want to ink, we call it in comics, they call it spotting your darks. So when you are spotting your darks or spotting your blacks, your dark colors, you want to maybe put an X so you can show that that's going to be black. So anything that has an X is going to be black. It's going to be all black. So you don't always have to do this, especially if you're the inker yourself, but it helps just for future reference in case you forget. I'm going to put X up here as well. And I never quite finished her hair. I might make her hair a little. Okay. All right. This whole thing might come down a little bit more actually. So these eyelashes, for example, are going to be X. Most of this is going to be X. One thing that makes it a little more interesting, especially for, let's say I have two spots that are going to be dark. So let's say this background, because there's sort of like a spotlight that I want to have on the back, again, like for like a halo effect. So if you have two, let me bring up the chat just in case. Make sure you guys shout yourself out if you're listening. Really appreciate the interaction. But yeah, ouch, ouch, ouch. So yeah, if you have two colors that are like you have a black here and you have another black color here, then these two are going to blend into each other. One thing you can do to sort of differentiate between the two, this is so, that's not going to get erased. All right, so one way you can differentiate between the two is to maybe have a thin border of white, and I don't know if you can see it, but I'm pretty much doing a very thin border between this black shape here on the outside and then the black of her sweater here. So I'm probably just gonna go around there just so I don't mess it up. I can always go back and fill it up, but if you end up, filling this area with black, you're gonna have to get some white out, which is something that works great in tandem with, this is gonna be black too, huh? It's gonna be a tough one. I like that little empty space there, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to keep it. But yeah, so whiteout and ink work well together, but do not mix them because then you'll get like they don't mix well, but they work well in terms of a drawing. So I'm going to just outline here on the outside, so I have sort of like a gutter. So all of this is going to be X for things that we're going to fill in. Otherwise, we're going to keep going around here. And normally if what looks really good when you're inking is to have is not to have too many shapes of the same color. So let's say that's why I kind of want to have this border, because otherwise it's just going to kind of look like one big like dark mass, where maybe the more separation of colors, even if it's that little margin in between the background and her sweater, it's going to make it a little more interesting. What we're trying to achieve when we're inking is to have a good differentiation between the shapes. And one way you could do that when you're inking is not to have a white section touch a white section or have a black section touch a black. So keep alternating, like, okay, so her hair is black, but this spotlight was going to be white. So you have black, white, and then you come down here, it's black, but then you get black over here as well. But one way you could split that up is, like I said, by having this gap in the middle here. So then you have white, black, white, black, white here for her hands, white for the jump rope, then black. The hands are going to be white, but maybe I can even split this up a little bit so you can see the jump rope. So I might have a little gap there in the middle so that you can see the jump rope okay. When in doubt, just don't touch it, don't ink it, and maybe just save it for the end. Mostly just work on the big shapes. And then if you make a mistake, no worries, because you can always go back with some whiteout and it'll work really well to do so. One thing that I noticed here is that it's like her arm coming around. So one thing you could do is maybe have like a sliver of white, and that'll be maybe like if the light's coming from this direction, you can expect light to hit right there on her arm. You can also invent your own light. So sometimes you can just force these things, and if you don't force too much, it might look okay. It might not look out of place. Same thing here. I might have a little sliver of white, so it looks like her arm is getting some light, and you can tell that it's an arm over. You can see that pretty well. So that's white, and then black. It might look weird if I have too much black there, but I can also bring up some of this white part up here, and now I can have this be black, and that's probably going to blend in a little bit there. I might actually bring some of this white gutter space in there as well. And now I can have the background be black, and I'll still have a differentiation between the black in the background and the black of her sweater. What else can we say? You can use the ink to highlight, to sort of like underscore sections that should pop out a little bit. So I'm just doing it with my pencil, but if I darken under her lip here, it'll show that there's a little more volume, and your lips pop out a little bit more. So I'm gonna do that with the ink. Cool. And I might have mentioned it in another video, but I'm sort of learning how to draw teeth for these projects. But yeah, that looks pretty good. So that's gonna be dark over there. What else? Again, the light's coming here, so anything on the right should stay white, but anything on the left can probably get a little bit of emphasis. And again, you guys have the example of Wally Wood just up here, and you can get an idea of how he inks this. So if you need a reference for how to ink a face with a side light, you guys can look up at the top the first image of the man with the big head in the panel. Okay, let's get back to the chat. Okay, and a little more tea. Mm-mm-mm. All right, so up here I'm going to go back to OBS. Up here I'm going to have a little bit of a spotlight going that way. This is going to be black. And down here is going to be black. Again, there's a little bit of a top light on her shoulders, so I might just go ahead and make this white until I get to her collar, which is white itself. And that'll help differentiate between her hair. So white, black for the hair. I think I'll be pretty good up there. And black here, that's gonna be white. Perfect. So I might actually go ahead and start inking. Her eyes are gonna be black. Again, I mean, in American comics, all of these jobs get split between everyone, so don't expect the writer to be the artist. Don't expect the penciler to be the inker. Don't expect the inker to be the colorist. All of these are sort of different professions for comics in America. But in Japan, for example, you'll normally have the artist be the inker, be the writer, be the colorist if there's any color. Normally they're black and white. But those guys release comics pretty much every week, if not once a month. Here in America, we release comics once a month normally. But again, in Japan, they pretty much do everything themselves, and this is kind of what I'm doing also. So for my own purposes, and for my level of skill anyways, I'm going to keep it simple and not get too crazy with the inking. But if you want to look examples of some of the best inkers, you can look at, man, there's so many, but I don't know too much of the scene when it comes to like specific people and or colorists, but someone I just looked up yesterday again was Bernie Wrightson, Wrightson. If you look up Bernie Wrightson Frankenstein, you'll see some really awesome work. He also worked on Swamp Thing, and I think he passed away a couple of years ago. But yeah, man, that guy's great. Let me see what else. You never know until you do it. And the thing about this is that I can always retrace it if I do make a big mistake. Otherwise, if you look at original pages of comic book work, you're going to see a lot of things getting. You'll see a lot of additions. It's the original comic book pages are so like dirty, and there's different you might have like a piece of like a page sort of taped over it or pasted over in a section that's maybe a correction. You'll also see like all this text would probably be added after the fact. Let's see what else I can say. I'm gonna make this arrow black. And I'm going to, this part says, and the new. Because these are the new origins of Almighty Alma. This is probably easier if I use, don't know if I have it here. Need a thinner pencil. I thought I had one here. Need a mechanical pencil. Hold on, let me get up and get one for myself. BRB. Gonna get some more tea as well. Be right back. All right. Okay, welcome back. Whoa, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in to another drawing session with Nelly INKS. Feel free to shout yourself out. If you guys are on Twitch, make sure you subscribe for the one time. YouTube, make sure you subscribe. We're on YouTube under Nelly INKS. We're also live on Facebook. If you guys like the contents of this video, we're going to be inking today. You can help grow the channel by donating to Venmo at Nelly INKS or via the Cash App $Nelly INKS. I appreciate it. The best way you guys can support too is if you go over to nellyinks.com and you order yourself the original Almighty Alma, which you'll see right here. Going to be inking a page like that today. This is the original cover of the one-shot Almighty Alma. You guys can go on nellyinks.com and order a copy today. I truly appreciate it. That would be amazing if you did so. Otherwise, just stick around, have fun in the chat section, and I'm going to pretty much get into it. I'm going to put on some background audio. Make sure, yes. Unfortunately, I don't have any background audio for you guys that I feel comfortable playing because I'll most likely get a copyright strike. But I'm going to just put some audio in my headphones for myself. Cool. Let's see what we got. Let me know if you guys hear the background, the audio in my headphones. If not, then we're good to go.
We covered it, I guess, last Friday.
All right, hold on. Cool, the audio's going right now. I'm gonna bring it up just in case. Let's see. Let's see. So it's going on right now, and let me just check. I'm gonna bring it up just in case. Let's see. Oh, it is coming through. Shoot. That's not good. Okay. Well, we'll have to do it without audio. That's okay. Right on. Appreciate you guys listening. To people in the chat section, make sure you guys shout yourself out. I'm going to get this started. Oh yeah, so I want to do this. I use this mechanical pencil, Papermate. It's really cheap. If you have any art supply stores that are open, you'll probably find this for really cheap. They're kind of the run-of-the-mill mechanical pencils. And yeah, it's really good for lettering because it's very thin. Let me move this so you guys don't see it. Again, not the best letter. Oh yeah, that's another profession that exists in America. So you'll have your letterer, you'll have your inker, you have your colorist, you'll have your writer, the pencilist, all right, and the new. All right. Bada bang. Actually, one thing I could do is probably put some open source music, royalty free music, and that should be okay. Also, let's see, so we're gonna probably make this arrow black as well. So I'm gonna just put a gutter in between the arrow and her hair, so you can show that there's a separation. And then these tips are gonna be X, X. Again, the X just shows where I'm gonna be inking. You can't really see it 100%, but I have like an X here, and I know that these are all gonna be black spots there. Nice, okay. I'm just gonna leave my hair like that. Let's see. Okay. Oh, that tells you how long you've been live. Perfect. Been live for 50 minutes almost. Sweet. Yeah, let's get started. And the new, oh yeah, let's put an X here. So I'm going to start with the top left corner. Since I'm a righty, it'd be easier for me to ink left to right so that I don't go over. Actually, if I were to do the whole page from left to right, I'd be better suited. But for now, if I just focus on this section and then maybe start coming down so that I don't go, if I start right to left, then everything's going to get smudged over because ink takes a second to dry off. the tools I'm going to be using for the most part, I will be using my trusty quill pen, most likely this one. So you guys seen the quill pen before? This quill pen here, bada bing. I'm also going to be using my round brush 1, round brush number 5. It's going to be a little thicker than the 1. And round brush 12. Bada bing. Okay. You're going to need some water in a jar to... there you are. You see it? You don't really see the water. I'll spill it. But water in the jar to clean your brushes. I'm going to use a nifty little rag to clean my brush and my quill pen. I'll also be using my Yasutomo Sumi ink. Toxic, not safe for children. But we have our old ink. This is just the better ink. We would use a non-toxic one, but it just doesn't, for final, like for actual products that you might want to sell or whatever, or that you want good quality. This is my favorite. If you guys have any suggestions on other inks that you like, but this is just my personal favorite. We like Japan here, so nice little Japanese type there. But yeah, it's definitely toxic because it's got animal product, and for whatever reason, I don't know what makes it toxic per se, but maybe the animal glue. Apologies to any vegans in the channel. I'll have you know that I've been vegetarian since the start of the shelter in place. So I also use a bottle cap. Hello, check. Okay. I use a bottle cap here. This is a San Pellegrino cap. What do you call it? San Pellegrino? Yeah, San Pellegrino. Bottle cap works very well for inking. You'll see it here. Nope. Over here. Okay. So I'm just gonna fill it up. Oh, that's too much. Cool. And just be careful you don't get this on your clothes. If you do get it on your clothes, just you're gonna need maybe some, yeah, a lot of help actually. But sometimes seltzer and lemon juice helps take it out right away if you apply it right away. But it's a really tricky one to get off, so be careful with it. It's okay to get it on your hands, just maybe try to clean your hands periodically as well. It also helps to have clean hands because if you end up touching the wrong part of your paper, you're going to have a bit of a mess on your hands, and you might end up smudging an area you don't want to smudge. I'm going to make the top of her shoulder white because the problem here with the gap of white is that it runs into the actual light. So I can probably just go over. I can even bring this. Can you guys see? You can't really see it unless I ink it down. But yeah, then I can just sort of bring the light on her shoulder down to like a sliver, and that would sort of suggest that her arm goes down a little further. There's something called the imagined line. I'm not really saying that like with the right technical term, but the example is an example of an imagined line is when you have something like this. Where you can imagine that being a straight line, because there's plenty of points in the middle. Even if the line breaks, there's plenty of points in the middle where you can imagine it to be part of the same line. Another example I can do quickly. Um, so let's say you have, that's a solid circle, obviously, but you can also make a circle using dashes like that. And um, even if there's space between those lines, you still read it as a circle. So the same sort of idea. This whole shape that I have here gets cut off, but you're still going to be able to read it as a shape that keeps going down. Even once I ink these two sides, it should work. So we'll see. Let me get into it before too long. I've been talking for an hour. So let's start. I'm gonna start with my mini brush. Sorry if I get some hair on the camera here. Just gotta be comfortable when I do this. I don't recommend making any art under stress. Well, if you're not comfortable making art, I do not recommend it. Sometimes some people can work well under pressure, but no one ever works uncomfortably. At least not for too long, in my opinion. Okay. So I'm just going to ink this line here. Actually, let me just also make the border here. And I might actually put on some royalty-free music. Actually, the one good thing about having big hair. Actually, let me get my guile going. How about that? I'm gonna just tie it back here. Perfect. Okay. Let me get some royalty-free music. Royalty-free jazz, fusion, funk. Bam. Let's get a playlist going. Royalty-free Latin funk. Jazz, funk, fusion, instrumental with bass. This doesn't look like it's royalty-free though. Royalty-free Motown funk fusion. No, I need like an hour's worth. Top 10 funky free music. No, no, no. Let's see. Okay, that's not open source music. Nope. We are out. Royalty free. put jazz, royalty-free jazz. Let's hear it. Let's hear it. Mm-mm-mm. Background music channel. Music is copyrighted, okay. Not gonna play that. What about BNB? Jazz. Royalty-free jazz. Nothing is coming up, bro. Let's just do royalty-free jazz on YouTube. Copyright, no copyright, coffee house jazz. That's an hour long. Royalty-free piano music. No copyright jazz type beat. 1 hour free smooth jazz. Free license only for YouTubers. Non-copyright. Royalty-free vintage jazz. Let's see what this is. Okay, free license only for YouTubers, but you can give credit. Okay. Well, I don't know why it's only for YouTubers though. It's so strange. Oh man. Royalty-free jazz. Let's try. I promise I'll be inking soon. I would like some audio though. Just makes it go by so much quicker. However, if you're willing to donate, as I said before, if you ever receive a claim for you, dispute it and inform me. There are 3 rules. Credit me. You may not use the music in an audio track. Subscribe. This one. Okay, but this is like, I need like a good hour's worth. Let's find something together. All right, no copyright. Coffee House Jazz. Smooth jazz music, Creative Commons. A great book for finding public domain works. This seems okay. Let's see. All right, we are playing some tunes now, boy. Let's hear it. All right. So the music is playing now. I'm going to cut it off in 3, 2, 1. Let's see if we're playing it in the background. It like disappeared. Hold on. Okay, I think that works, bro. All right, let's turn it on. Go back. So for all intents and purposes, this is coming from YouTube. Relax Music Meditation. Relax Music Meditation. They have 743 subscribers. Go subscribe one time for these guys. No copyright Coffee House Jazz from the Relax Music Meditation channel. Really appreciate it. No fair use only, no copyright infringement intended. So let me just go back, make sure this is loud enough for you y'all to hear it. Cool. Welcome back to Nelly INKS, another live drawing session. Really appreciate you guys coming down. Gonna be doing some inking now. I have the chat section open if you guys want to shout yourselves out. If you like the contents of this video, feel free to support the channel by donating to the Venmo at Nelly INKS, the Cash App $ Nelly INKS. You guys can also go check out my latest comic book on nelsonanunez.com, where you're going to see links to order it. It's also available for free. Okay. Groovy. All right, let's get into it. I do some inking with the quill pen because sometimes the brush ends up smudging all over the place. So for little sections like this that you'll see up there, sometimes I'll just use the quill pen. Just be careful not to scratch the paper too much, because that kind of tends to show up during when you print it. Okay. Gonna just use my brush for this little area here. Hold on a second. This isn't the best brush I have. Where'd I put my other brush? Oh, it's in my hair. Haha. Alright. You don't need to load your brush too much when you're inking, by the way. Same thing goes when you're painting. You don't need too much color, you don't need too much ink on your brush, because then it just becomes a mess. We'll see, I might do this a solid color, but I'm gonna, since the light's coming from the left side, I might just leave from the top left. I might just leave some of these. I might not touch some of the tips of the hair, and then everything else can come down in color. We got the copyright free jazz. What's up, Gabriel? What's going on? What's going on, Gabe? Long time no see, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you joining me. Welcome to the stream. Doing a little inking here. So for some of the details here, like there's some the ends of her hair is going to be kind of tough to do with the brush, so you can always go back with the quill pen and ink that in. I'm going to do that later. Any white spots, I can just access it with the quill pen. But thanks so much for joining me, Gabe. Long time no see. Hope your day is going well, buddy. It's been too long. Hope everyone's doing well today on this Friday. Hope you're all in good health. Alright, gonna bring this down here. Let me know if the audio sounds good to you, if you hear the background music, if it's not too loud. Hello, Heather. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you guys. Let me know if the music is just right. Thanks for supporting the channel. Hope you and Heather are doing okay. All things considered. Alright, so some of these tips I'm not gonna touch without the quill pen. So I'm gonna switch over now. I might leave some of these tips here open. Turn this way a little bit. Yeah, man, I really love this ink. It just holds very well. It's a very nice dark color black. Nothing else that I've found in the market is nearly as dark, so definitely love the Yasutomo Sumi ink, the toxic version. I haven't actually used the non-toxic version. The only non-toxic ink that I have is from Blick. And while it does the trick, I don't really use it for final pieces. Actually, I'm just gonna make all of this black. Yeah, I might just do the tips only, the top. Thanks everyone joining me. 3 people in the chat. Make sure you shout yourself out. Let me know you're listening. Appreciate you all tuning in. Feel free to subscribe over on twitch.tv/nellyinks if you already haven't. We also have our YouTube channel, Nelly INKS on YouTube. 2 words, Nelly INKS. We also have our first full-length comic on nelsonanunez.com. nelsonanunez.com. If you want to help grow the channel, you can support by donating to Venmo at Nelly INKS or the Cash App $ Nelly INKS. This is like not. Okay. I'm actually gonna make the whole hair black. And for this portion, I'll use a quill brush or a quill pen. Just for these little slivers here. These tiny little slivers. Jazz, people, jazz. Okay. Just gonna do this portion here. I'm just gonna work top to bottom, starting from the right side, or sorry, from the left side to the right side, so I don't go over any wet ink spots. If you're tuning in, make sure you leave me a comment in the chat section. I truly appreciate it. Alright, almost done with this. Sometimes I would use a different quill pen, but I'm able to do what I want to do with this one. I like to be very minimal with my material. I just can't stand having too many supplies. If you're just tuning in, this is your boy Nelly INKS. Another live drawing session. Just in the middle of inking this new cover page for my comic Almighty Alma. You could read the one-shot version of this comic on my website nellyinks.com, where you can donate to the channel or order a copy for yourself. nellyinks.com. Alright. Switching over to my brush now. This is kind of dirty. So just covering over the X. The X just tells you that I'm where I'm gonna ink. Appreciate everyone tuning in. Hope you're all doing well. Alright, gonna just drink some tea here. Got a little green tea. Hello, hello, Stefanik in the chat. Appreciate you. How you doing today? Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you can hear the background audio and if it's not too loud. Make sure you guys share this channel with your social medias if you like the content. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe. We're on YouTube and on twitch.tv/Nelly INKS. I'm gonna switch over to my quill pen. It's gonna keep cleaning my material here. I feel super peaceful. Thanks, Johnny. I assume you hear the background audio. Sounds okay? Nothing sounds too loud. Thank you for joining me. Truly appreciate it. Levels are perfecto. Thanks, man. Thank you so much. We'll be back on stream tomorrow. Not sure if I'll do another one of these. I'm gonna just finish this on stream today. Maybe tomorrow will be a little more educational, but maybe you'll learn something still today. This one's mostly for myself, but maybe you guys prefer this content to see how I make these comic book pages. So for all these details, you just have to get in there with the quill pen. There might be a brush that could do the work, but this is how I make it happen. We're listening to some copyright-free, royalty-free music on YouTube. What's everyone eating these days? I'm curious. What are you guys all having for lunch today? I've literally not had any meat for 2 or 3 weeks now. I've almost pretty much had a vegan diet. Not much cheese at all, actually. Made some gluten-free pasta. And a lot of coffee. Hope you guys are doing all right. I ate French toast today. French toast is a good idea, my boy. It seems like a very good idea. What kind do you use milk for that, right? I don't remember the last time I made French toast. I guess you don't need milk. It's just eggs and toast, right? Johnny, do you are you, I mean, not lactose intolerant, but do you eat dairy? I literally been pretty much vegan. If not, I've been a pretty good vegetarian for the last 2 or 3 weeks. People are talking about gaining weight during the shelter in place, but I've been losing so much weight, I feel like. Especially because I've got a little more time to exercise now. I don't know. Sometimes I eat dairy, but I use almond milk for all things. This is cool, man. Thanks, man. I like almond milk, but I think my favorite is oat milk. Sorry the camera's a little blurry though, but I appreciate you tuning in. Had some vibraphone action there. This is courtesy of Relax Music Meditation. Okay, I might actually switch it over. It says no copyright music either, so I'm just gonna play it. Oh, snap. This is courtesy of Chill Out Records. Chill Out Records on YouTube. Oh, snap. Oh, snap. Okay, we're gonna have to stay on this for a minute. This is Chill Out Records dash no copyright music on YouTube. Hit the thumbs up. If you guys are listening to me on YouTube, make sure you hit the thumbs up and subscribe. If you guys are on twitch.tv/Nelly INKS, make sure you follow one time for your boy, Nelly INKS. If you want to support the channel, you could check out the links I've provided. Venmo at Nelly INKS or the Cash App $Nelly INKS. Yo, this music is tripping me out, bro. What the heck? Is it supposed to be like that? Oh, okay. Oh, snap. Might have to open up the bandwidth on this a little bit. Where are we at? I'm gonna turn off the Twitch because I think we're getting some latency issues. Let's rewind real quick. I don't know why we're getting latency issues. It would be cool to be Alma. Alma's pretty cool. I don't want to spoil anything, but well, it's not really a spoiler, but in the first issue she's a bit of a time traveler, so this new issue is a reboot of the character. So the official chapter 1, the origin story. She is just a little girl in this story, about 8 years old. She finds herself under her own sort of quarantine. She finds herself in a detention center where she encounters the woman who would teach her how to fight. Has to do with a plague that arrives to the capital city, which leads the government to look for a cure and for someone to come heal the people. But not before their sinister plan is revealed. Make sure you guys share this channel with your social medias and communities. We got 4 people watching. Make sure you guys hit the thumbs up if you're on YouTube or on Facebook. All right. A lot of things get done digitally now, but I don't know. I've been kind of allergic to electronics. Just like doing things by hand. I feel like I have a little more control. But at this point, electronics are so good that probably foolish not to use them, but I'm gonna stay steadfast in my ways. Appreciate you guys coming by though. Got some royalty-free music going on in the background. I had to make a playlist of some of these. We'll be back tomorrow around 1 o'clock, maybe 1:30. And I want to have some French toast now. DJ French Toast. Qu'est-ce que c'est, mon ami? We gotta open up the bandwidth somehow on this thing. Oh, they got the strings on this now. All right, almost done with this section. There's literally nothing I can close here. Alright, I'll probably have to close this. Boom, boom, boom. Thanks for all that. French toast recipes. Thank you, Stefanik. Yeah, oh, I see why it's... I can probably just lower the quality on this too. This could be literally 144p. That'll do the trick. All right, and we go again. That section is finito. Oh, snap. You guys might recognize this from some Fortnite videos. Daily Clips Central. Shoutouts. Oh, snap. Damn. And you know why it sounds so good? 'Cause it's free. Free like my website, Nelson A. Nunes, where you can see the first chapter of Almighty Alma. Go check out the website, Nelson A. Nunes, so you can read the first Alma comic. I'm working on the second one as we speak. Yeah, I might just do... You gotta believe. Let's go Mets. Thanks for joining. My best friend gave me this headset. How's the music sounding, guys? Thanks for joining. My boy Nick J, yeah, man. If you don't know, now you know. Nick J's one of the greatest Fortnite players that I know. We gonna let it snow. Chilling with the bro. Listening to the flow. We got 10 Carl in the chat. What's up, Nelly Belly? What's up, my guy? Thanks for joining. Appreciate you guys. If you guys are on Twitch, make sure you follow your boy for the one time. Listening to some royalty-free hip-hop. Let me know if you can hear it okay. Damn, that song was fire. Hope you guys are enjoying the stream. Hope you guys hear the music because it's sounding dope. I can probably... I'm gonna just pause it for a second, listen back to the audio here. I can turn it up too, actually. It's slow, but it's cool. I'm gonna turn this sucker up. Oh, that slaps. That slaps. That should be pretty loud and clear there. Oh, we gotta do this more often. There it is. There it is. Yo. Thanks for joining the stream, boys. Yeah, this song is chill as hell. Thanks for joining the stream, boys. Hope you guys are enjoying. Go check out nelsonanunez.com and read the original chapter 1 of Almighty Alma. I'm working on the reboot, the official origins for Alma. Yo, what's up, emotes? Little Bob Ross. See, I shouldn't have done that because now I'm gonna get my hand in there. It's okay, I'll let that dry off. What's up, Crab King? You guys all playing Animal Crossing? This sounds like an Animal Crossing song. This is all Animal Crossing'd out. Taking a break. Bro, the weeds are gonna start growing if you take too long of a break. There's no breaks in there. Oh, snap. Make sure you guys share this channel with your social medias and community. Yo, I had a fire song somewhere, but I don't know where it is at the moment. Alright, let's see. How can I do this bottom part here? I'm gonna put a gap here between her arm and her sweater. All thanks all the time. Yes. Alright, I can probably get up to the hair piece up here. Actually, let me do the outside border here. The border. The border. The border. Out of order. How you guys are killing it with the emotes, bro. Yo, this music is too good to be free. Thanks for listening, guys. I'm gonna move over to my number 12 brush. I'm gonna clean it for a second. Damn. 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 Try to keep a nice even coat. Still a little dirty, this brush. Might actually be my rag. Yes. It's a dogie. Make sure you guys share this channel with all your friends on Animal Crossing. Truly appreciate it. And I hope you're all doing okay. Oh, this is like some sci-fi fantasy going on here. Oh, there's that bass line. Here we go. Yo, yo. This is scary kind of too. What's everyone having for lunch today? What is on the menu? Damn. All right. Not sure if I'm gonna need that gap. I'm gonna get started on the hair. Try to maintain an even distribution of the ink. I have to switch to a smaller brush for some of this. Just gonna leave a sliver open just in case I do decide to fill in this gap. Thanks for everyone tuning in. This is Nelly INKS. Okay. Just gonna clean my brushes here. How's everyone doing today? Feel free to shout yourself out in the chat section. I'm gonna try to find some fresh tunes for you guys. Oh. This music is coming by way of YouTube via Chill Out Records - no copyright music. Title of the track: No copyright music, chill lo-fi hip-hop beats. Free, yes free, lo-fi hip-hop chill hop music mix. This is Nelly INKS. Thanks for hanging out with your boy. I'm gonna move over to my number 1 brush. I wish. Share this channel with Dakotas though. Soon to be the 4 o'clock hour. 16th hour of the day. Gonna probably need another 30 or 40 minutes to finish this. Sounds like the soundtrack to Samurai Champloo. Yeah, that's looking good. Looking real nice, boy. Looking real nice. Running out of ice. Takaki O in the chat. Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome into the chat. Damn. Thanks for joining us, Tak. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. How y'all doing? I'm asking everyone what they had for breakfast. Or if you skip breakfast, what are you having for lunch? Fruit. What is your favorite fruit? Also, rest in peace, Bill Withers. Rest in peace. Mangoes. Mangoes are pretty good, not gonna lie. Mangoes are tight. Shoutouts to my mangoes. So far today I had a bowl of Trix and a bowl of mac and cheese. That's hot. Is that your favorite cereal, Trix? Trix is pretty good, man. I can't remember if Trix would mess up my gums, like Captain Crunch. But Trix is pretty good. Yo, I think that's it for that. Oh, snap. Oh, we just moved over. Okay, I'm gonna pause this for a second. Let's go back to the free music. Anything that says no copyright, I can always point to the source and just say, yo, you just told me no copyright. Oh, this is a little too chill. No copyright coffee house music. No, I'm not trying to grind coffee beans to this. No copyright Zen music. Hold on a second. What the? Oh no. I'm gonna have to save this. Watch later. Bada bang. Let's go to their no copyright section. Takaki says cheese cat. Cheese cats. Chill hop, jazz hop. Let's go to the jazz hop section of this. And this is a 5-minute song though. What am I gonna do with 5 minutes? Alright, let's get it. Oh, I'm so sad I lost. Hold on. BNB. Here we go. This guy has a lot of music. Nope, that's not it. That's not what I'm looking for. Let's see, BNB, copyright, free. BNB Productions. So many ads on YouTube now. Me no likey. Me no like that. BNB approved. 100% copyright safe. If it's free, it's for me. Okay, buddy. Your ads has got to go. These beats are coming by way of BNB Productions on YouTube. BNB Productions on YouTube. Title is JHC Beats. JHC Beats. Malian Teo type beats. Alright. And we go again. And we go again. Appreciate everyone listening. Make sure you guys check out my YouTube channel. 2 words, Nelly INKS. Subscribe to the channel. We're also on twitch.tv/Nelly INKS. One way you can support the channel is by going to nellyinks.com and ordering yourself a copy of the first Almighty Alma issue. It's available for free digitally on nellyinks.com, or you can order yourself a copy today. Otherwise, if you want to support the channel, you could donate to the Venmo at Nelly INKS or the Cash App $ Nelly INKS. And we go again. I'm gonna just finish the type up here actually. So I'm gonna do my quill pen. Chillin' with the boy. Got no toys. Except my boys. Makes much joy. Alright. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I'm not a rapper. I sit on the crapper. Oh, we're fading out already. What? Okay, let's see how that looks up there.
What I learned later.
Whoa, we don't need that. We don't need that. Nope. Skip. All right. This is title is FIFO Free Dope Trap Beat. All right. All right, let's get into it. Oh, that's kind of scary. I'm gonna skip this song. Hit this song with the big skip. I actually wouldn't mind just some chill jazz, bro. Just hit me with the jazz, royalty-free jazz, royalty-free jazz. Royalty-free funk. How about that? How about that? Let's see. Bear with me, guys. Let's see, where are we at here? Nah, that's not gonna work. All right, royalty-free fusion. Royalty-free Motown. Upbeat, royalty-free, fun, retro Motown. Okay, buddy. Actually, I just saw something else too. We could just open this up for a second. Motown / funk fusion, royalty-free music. All right, you better not hit me with that ad. I'll just mute it for a second. Yup. Yup. Okay, let's hear it. Oh, we're gonna go to the... Oh. Let's go to the playlist. Is this a playlist? Oh, here we go. Oh, I don't know about this. Oh, this sounds free as hell. What about chill motivation? What's chill motivational? What does that mean? Nice. All right, this is coming from Chill Out Records, no copyright music, chill motivational, lo-fi hip-hop instrumental, The Process, no copyright music. And we go again. Thanks for hanging out with us. I've got still about more than half of this drawing to finish, so we're gonna keep inking. The 16th hour of the day, 4:13 on the East Coast, PM. Hope you guys are doing all right. Gonna finish the type up here. Let me bring this with me. So a lot of this type might get replaced, but I'm just gonna do it by hand anyways. See? Gotta be careful if you're using a quill pen and you have hair. Oi! If you have hair on the tip of your pen and you dip it in ink, it's gonna go everywhere. It's not the end of the world if you make a mistake with ink. You can correct it. You could use whiteout, otherwise known as white gouache. Gouache. Blows my mind that manga artists do most of the work themselves. They write the story, they draw it, they ink it themselves. This thing takes all day to do correctly. And then you'd normally scan and Photoshop a lot of this too. That takes another bunch of days. Those guys seem to get it done. Probably have a team around them though, but even with a team, it's still pretty tough. Alright, every time we change songs, I'm just gonna mention it. This one's pretty dope. This is coming from, again, Chill Out Records - No Copyright Music. The title is Non-Copyrighted Music, Chill Jazzy Lo-Fi Hip Hop, Royalty Free, in parentheses, Jazz Hop Music. A couple people watching, I appreciate you guys. Shout yourself in the comments section if you already haven't. We're live on YouTube at Nelly INKS, 2 words, Nelly INKS. Go subscribe to the channel. We're also live on twitch.tv/Nelly INKS. Share this and every video with your social medias and community. I hope you're enjoying the content. One way you can support the channel is by donating to the Venmo at Nelly INKS. Otherwise, subscribe. Hit the thumbs up for the one time on YouTube. And we go again. Hope everyone's doing all right. Got some laundry done before coming on live. Ate some pasta. Gluten-free pasta. Nice little tomato sauce. Ate some lentils too this week. Me and the miss. I'm not much of the cook though, but I'll take the credit. She'd hate if I said that. I made some mashed potatoes the other day actually, not bad. I used oat milk in them. I would literally eat the same thing every day if it was up to me though. Not. Oh no, 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 buddy. No, buddy. Skip. Alright, this is free in parentheses. Free lo-fi type beat from the channel Lee, Lee. I'm gonna switch it up actually, just cause I'm always curious. I mean, if you have songs up for free, I don't know, but these people want credit, and I understand. But also, I feel like sometimes it's a trap when you tell me it's free, and then, but I need to do all this extra stuff. So, unable to connect to the YouTube. What's wrong with the YouTube? What happened, my boy? That's how do we get back on? Restart your broadcast and up. No, no, no. Oh, no, no, no. Not sure why the YouTube disconnected like that. That's very strange. Not sure why that stopped going on the YouTube or Facebook. You can toggle it off and then toggle it back on. Is that gonna work? Oh, that's so strange. That's very strange. Okay. Should I? No, I don't want to drop this stream though. Let's see. Very strange. Seems like I'm still live on YouTube and Twitch though. Give me 1 second. I think it just dropped maybe. Also, I use a lot of bandwidth when I do this, so should probably wrap up this video. That's so strange though. I'm so sorry about that to my Facebook people. Let's see if we can get back on there without turning off the channel. It should auto connect. It's a little disappointing that it doesn't. Was live. How long was this video? Oh, it just cut off for some reason. Okay. That's not good. Let's get back in there. Edit channel, delete. No, I don't want to delete it. Please restart your broadcast. No. Toggle channels on the fly. Okay, so you need to... Well, I think it's okay if I restart it. Hold on, I'm gonna stop the stream and come back on. If you guys are listening now, just stick around on Twitch. If not, we'll be back on YouTube. Should be back on Facebook in a second. Let me cut this video off and get back to you guys. I'm gonna turn it off and be back in 2 seconds. All right, be right back.